What's up, YouTube? Nick Taylor, back in the lab, back with another video. Today, as you kind of read from the description, I kind of want to give you guys a brief overview of a new sneaker that I picked up, which is the, you can read that, the Air Max 270. This happens to be the very first colorway that released. It is the Hot Punch and Bone colorway, I believe. I don't know if they're using Bone as like the name. I think I saw somewhere that it could be Cactus, but I may have gotten that confused with another colorway of these because Nike has released like 15 colorways of the Air Max 270 since it first released these, and so I kind of get the names kind of mixed up. But what we have are the Hot Punch, you know, with the Hot Punch airbag and Bone colorway, the first colorway of the Air Max 270. So when these first released, and I'll get these out of the box. So when these first released, when Nike first released the Air Max 270, it wasn't a shoe that I was, you know, kind of highly anticipating because it is a new release, like it's a new innovation by Nike. So it wasn't a shoe that I just like, oh, was on my radar a lot. You know, I seen images of them and I thought they were pretty unique, you know, pretty different, as, you know, that big air unit, as you can see, like the big air unit that's on the back of these. So it was something that I wasn't, you know, it wasn't a shoe that I had ever seen before, so it wasn't something that I was like super like out to get. And so I kind of didn't, you know, buy them at first. I did kind of slept on them. But the more I looked at images, the more I kept looking at pictures and different colorways of them, I thought they were actually pretty clean. So I wanted to get a look at them like actually in person, in hand. And I happened to work next door to a mall. So one day on lunch break, I just ran over to like Finish Line or Foot Locker and kind of looked at them in hand. And I thought they were pretty dope in hand. And so they had the last size 11 of these in my local Finish Line, and I was able to scoop these up. It's cool to have the first colorway of any shoe that releases. And so I decided that I wasn't gonna do a review straight off. I kind of wanted to walk around in them, you know, feel how comfortable they are before I give you guys my opinions on them. And so what I did was I wore them for a full day at work, and, you know, here and there, like ran out to the grocery store and all that type, you know, that type deal. And I was able to get a pretty good feel for the sneaker. And my honest opinion on these, I think these are really comfortable. Are they as comfortable as some of the Adidas models like the Ultra Boost or the NMD? Not quite, but they're pretty close. I mean, they're one of the more comfortable Nikes that I own. You know, besides like the Prestos, and I have a couple like the Flyknit Racers that are pretty comfortable. The Prestos to me are one of the more comfortable Nikes, but these I would think would rank for me right behind the Prestos. The air unit on the back of it, I thought it was going to be something that would be kind of discomfort because the size of it, but it actually makes for a pretty good feel. Of course, you definitely feel it when you're, you know, standing up on. If you happen to like stand back or lean on your heels, you definitely feel this cushion setup. The thing where I think Nike kind of slept, and I mean, well, the thing I think Nike could have done to make the shoe a little bit more comfortable was actually what they did in the forefoot of the shoe. It's just like on the forefoot of the shoe, just basically just a regular foam. And sometimes that heel to toe transition when you walk can feel kind of awkward coming from this super big air unit back to just a regular, you know, foam cushion setup. Unlike, you know, like the Ultra Boost or the NMDs that has that boost throughout the entirety of the shoe, so you have kind of a, you know, you kind of have like a more streamlined transition as you go from your heel to your foot. But with these, you know, the heel comfort is like, you know, that heel, so then you get to the foam, it's kind of like,
you know, it's okay.
But all in all, I think it's a pretty comfortable shoe. The first day I wore them, I guess I want to say there's a little bit of a break-in time. The first day I wore them versus the second or third day I wore them, they were a lot more comfortable on the second or third day, which most shoes take a little bit of time to break in. So that's no big deal to me. And what I was surprised by is how good they look on foot. The shoes actually look really good on foot. You know, I happen to have a wide foot, and so I would suggest going up a half size if you have a wide foot, because this toe box area does fit pretty narrow. So I went up a half size and I don't have any complaints with the feel. Like I said, they're pretty comfortable and they're pretty stylish, and I think this may be a good new innovation from Nike. From what I've noticed, just casually walking through like Walmart and the malls and stuff, that I see a lot more people with these shoes. Not so much as people who are like super into kicks, but even like, if you walk into a store, these are gonna catch your eye because of that super big heel unit for one. And then some of the colorways have been pretty good. They have some of the basic black, like all black colorways, and they've recently released the all white with the different color air units. Haven't been feeling too many other colorways. I like this one. I like there was like a hot orange or like mustard yellow color looking one that I thought was pretty cool. And recently they released a menthol color with like a teal and a white that I actually thought about scooping up, but there was other releases that I kind of prioritized over it. But I may go back and scoop up at a later date. So yeah, I think the Air Max 270 is definitely a solid shoe if you're just looking for a casual shoe to go to the grocery store, walk around in, maybe do some lightweight training. I know Nike has mentioned that this shoe isn't a performance shoe per se, so I wouldn't suggest, going out and actually like running for miles in these, because, they're pretty comfortable. And if you're one of those people who don't get pain in your foot and stuff like that from running long distance, then by all means, this would be the shoe for you. But for me, I would think I would like more of a performance shoe that's catered to running and things like that. But for weight training sessions or anything that won't require too much agility and movement, I think these would be perfect. So, let me know in the comments. Let me know if this is a shoe that you've been looking at and that you're interested in. Me, like I said, I think they're super clean. I plan on picking up a few more other colorways in these, and I think this is a nice shoe for Nike to kind of rival or challenge, some of those other Adidas models, like I mentioned, like the NMDs and the Ultra Boost. I'm not sure if they're as comfortable as the Ultra Boost or the NMDs, but from a style perspective, they catch the eye and they look really nice on foot. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's my opinion on the Air Max 270. Solid shoe. Would definitely scoop up some more. Look really clean on foot. So, let me know what you think about them. As always, guys, thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate it. We're going to keep the content coming. We'll keep trying to grow this channel. And I appreciate all the love and support. Till next time, peace.